Single men, how are you surviving in this crazy ass economy?
We have more single-parent homes than any place in the world.
You cannot succeed in this country if you're a single person, I swear.
All of the good single men, 30-year-olds, let's go out.
If you are single, living in this economy, doing everything for yourself, you a bad bitch.
What if staying single has become a financial strategy instead of just a relationship status? Why are more people talking about single men managing rising costs? Is living alone actually easier in today's economy, or is social media exaggerating the trend? Stay with us until the end because the final reason behind this shift might completely change how you think about modern life.
Single men, how are you surviving in this crazy ass economy? This is a 2-income economy. You need to get married. Dating as a single man has to be so expensive. Why are you choosing to suffer alone when you can have a partner to build an amazing life together with? The new thing is sending women money. You don't have to send money anymore. You're gonna send money to your wife's future retirement. How about that? Stop wasting money on all these dates. I'm seeing like the marriage culture has gone down the drain. Everyone's single. The women are winning. Listen, I see so many women making more money, having more in their retirement, traveling the world, building an amazing life. And you men out here are slacking. You men don't understand how much a woman or partner adds value to your life. Get it together. You got this. I believe in you. Wife that girl up. Get out of this crazy ass economy where the price of gas, food, insurance, everything is so depressing. I hope I was able to knock some sense into one of you men out there. I'll be back.
The economy in 2026 isn't making life easy for anyone. From higher rent to rising grocery bills, almost everyone is looking for ways to stretch their income.
We have more single-parent homes than any place in the world. And it's typically the mother, 82 to 80% of the time, it's the mother heading the household. And what's interesting is in single-parent households, girls have the same outcomes, same rates of college attendance, same income. They can be a little bit more promiscuous because they're looking for male attention, sometimes in the wrong areas. But on the big stuff, income, self-harm, college attendance, same rates as in a dual-parent household. When a boy loses a male role model through death, divorce, or abandonment, at that moment, he becomes more likely to be incarcerated than graduate from college. So what the research shows is that while boys are physically stronger, they're emotionally and neurologically much weaker than girls. And so when you have a lot of economic and sociological factors kind of robbing opportunity from young people as a whole, people under the age of 40 are 24% less wealthy than they were 40 years ago, people over the age of 70 or 72% wealthier, it's had a disproportionately negative impact on young men. And I started talking about this about 5 years ago. The dialogue's gotten a lot more productive.
Across social media, some people argue that staying single gives them more financial freedom. Without the cost of dating or supporting a household, they say it's easier to focus on long-term goals.
Can someone tell me how a single person is supposed to survive in the UK right now? Because the numbers just don't add up. Everyone keeps saying it's cheaper to be single, live on your own. That's not the case. If you're not a couple, you have to pay all of that on your own. So let's talk about rent. So you're talking 650 to 1,200, depending on where you live. These are averages, okay? Then you've also got to think about your council tax, another 180, 120, depending on where you are again. Then that's before you've got food, before you've got utilities, before you're paying your TV licence, everything. You are paying 100% of all of that. Before you've even started living, you're looking at 1,200 to 1,600 per month. Again, these are averages, not necessarily accurate depending on the area that you live in. I think the thing that gets me is people just say, well, go and get a better job, go and get a higher paid job, go and learn a skill. Yeah, you can do all of that, but we shouldn't have to. At the end of the day, if you're working full time, if you're doing a 35-hour plus a week, you shouldn't need to go and get a second job. You shouldn't need to have a side hustle, but people are, and that's the only way they're getting by. Or they're using credit because they just doesn't add up. The cost of living versus the average salary or the minimum wage salary in the UK, it doesn't match. No matter what, you're always going to be worse off. Now, these aren't luxuries. These are the basics that you're paying for. Your car insurance, you're paying for your gas, your electric, all of that. And then you're working for nothing. It's not living, it's surviving. You are living to work, and that's not right.
Others disagree completely. They argue that sharing expenses with a partner can actually reduce financial pressure over time.
So this is just going to be a little rant about how this country hates single people. You cannot succeed in this country if you're a single person, I swear. So I'm trying to move out of where I live now. I have a terrible living situation. And it's impossible. It's literally impossible. For a 1-bedroom, 1-bath house or apartment, everywhere I have looked near me is starting out at $1,200 to $1,400. How much is it for a 2-bedroom though? Starting out $1,200 to $1,400. So if I had a second person, this would probably be way easier. Not to mention, you cannot even have pets at any of these places. How y'all gonna allow children that will absolutely do damage? But my cats who sleep all day, they can't come? And then Verizon, I need you to count your days. I'm supposed to be paying $85 for unlimited everything. Somehow though, my bill is always $99. And I just got an email a few days ago telling me that my plan is gonna be raised by $4. So I still have a $100 phone payment. So then I was looking to change phone providers because no, but that's pretty much the price anywhere for 1 line. Now, if I were to sign up and get 4 lines, it would be $100. So I can pay for 1 line, which is $100, or I can get 4 for $100. Make it make sense. What the hell? So they're making it to where you cannot survive this economy by yourself. And I don't like people. So like, I don't want people in my space all the time. I'm living with a nightmare roommate right now, and I am miserable. So I know everybody else has gotta be.
Many single men say they're spending differently than they used to. Instead of frequent nights out, they are budgeting, investing, and avoiding unnecessary expenses.
I just saw a video of a woman talking about how she was going through her weekly financials, like with her husband or whatever. And so she had her grocery list, and every single week she literally has to mark off what she consumes from the grocery list and what he consumes from the grocery list, and then the things that they share together and the things that she consumes from the grocery list, she has to pay him back for it at the end of the week. Now, I know everybody's marriage is different, but what? Imagine buying a bag of oranges for the household and you got to pay him back for the portions of the oranges that you ate. My God.
Remote work has also changed lifestyles. Some people have moved to cheaper cities or simplified their daily routines to save money.
This is Professor Scott Galloway, and he's always talking about the crisis of young men today. He often talks about how young women are starting to do very well for ourselves economically while young men are falling behind. Women are more likely to go to college than men. Men are more likely to live with their parents than their female counterparts at the same age. Single women are now buying more homes than single men are. Scott Galloway frames this as a crisis because he says that women do not want to date beneath us, we want to date our equal or someone above us. While I think he's mostly right about this, I think there's a huge missing piece of this conversation that Scott never talks about. And that missing piece is domestic labor. Most men do not clean or cook as often as women and are generally useless around the house. If you talk to married women, they report that their husbands feel like an additional kid to them. My point here is that everybody's talking about how men are struggling to compete economically. Nobody's really mentioning that maybe women would like it if you would catch up to us domestically. I think that most men could improve their dating prospects if they took a cooking class and learned to mop. I know many successful women who would be fine dating a man who made less money than her if he could cook her dinner. The reality today is that if you're a straight woman in a relationship, you probably do the majority of the cooking and the majority of the cleaning. So if you also make way more money than your husband, maybe you could see how women don't want that deal. Men are not making as much money, but maybe you should focus on becoming an equal partner in other ways. I just feel like this is a major part of the conversation that no man is even considering.
Personal finance has become a bigger priority. Emergency funds, side businesses, and investing are replacing impulse spending for many people.
As a single woman, and I'm getting a little worried when I scroll on this app that all of the good single men, 30-year-olds and up, or near that range, they are, if they're single, they're staying inside and doing exactly what I would want to do, which is binge a show and order and take out. Why when I'm scrolling, I'm seeing all these cute men who look like they have their head on their shoulders. They probably don't. Let's just be fucking real. But they're all staying inside. What I'm trying to do is text a girlfriend and be like, hey, you know what? Instead of me cuddling into bed and binging all of Real Housewives, let's go out. Because I'm just hoping that one day, I meet my husband, meet cute randomly. Like, I gotta go out and do that, right? I have to, like, actually put myself out there. I have to actually do my makeup and, like, put on a cute outfit and do that, you know? Crazy concept. But I have a fear that all of the good single 30-year-old men are doing the opposite. Hey, get out there. Please. Stop ordering takeout by your fucking self and wait for me to be there with you to do it, okay? Fuck, literally, I don't... Probably gonna run into a douchebag. Pray for me.
That doesn't mean everyone wants to stay single forever. Many simply believe that financial stability should come before serious commitment.
If you are single, living in this economy, doing everything for yourself, you a bad bitch. All right? Like, gas is high, rent is high. Like, it is hard. Like, it is very, very challenging right now. Like, it is a privilege to get on a plane. Plane tickets are so high. Like, if you are a single mom, doing it by yourself, like, you need everybody to be patting themselves on the back right now, because wow. And I don't see it changing for the foreseeable future, which is also extremely concerning. So if you put groceries in your refrigerator every week, if you pay your car note, if you pay your rent, if you doing all that by yourself, like, you need to give yourself some grace and be, like, incredibly proud of yourself, because it is incredibly challenging right now as a single human being living in America.
Some of these ladies out here, bro, they just broke, bro. I don't know why it just hit me like that, but, like, that's why they be, like, on the internet complaining about dudes so much. Because they don't got any money, bro. And some of they broke girl tendencies actually be crazy, bro. Will literally be out, like, at a function, like at a bar, club, whatever. And this has never happened to me, but I only witnessed it, you know what I'm saying? It be girls going out with no money, bro. The whole time, they not even having fun with their friends. They literally camp out at the bar itself all day where they serve the drinks at, just hoping to find the guy who can buy them a drink, bro. Because they can't afford one, bro. A $10 drink or a $5 drink, they can't afford it. I done seen girls talk to a guy they wasn't interested in the whole night, leave with him, go to Raising Cane's or go somewhere to get the food and be like, you know, I'm not really feeling you. You did all that for a $12 box combo? You wasted 4 hours of your life for a $12 box combo because they can't afford it, bro. That's like $1.50 worth of stuff an hour, bro. That's literally a slave wage. You just turned yourself into a slave. You that broke that you spent hours with someone you don't like, leave with them for a $12 box combo. It's a lot of broke ladies out here, bro. And society don't be shaming them. They be shaming us, not saving them from their brokenness.
Of course, every situation is different. Some people thrive while single, while others prefer building a life with a partner despite the costs.
I have beef with the beauty industry. Because can somebody explain to me why I just spent $126 to get the bare minimum? Like, I just had to replace a few things. I got a setting spray, a mascara, because mine's almost dried out, eyelash glue, a purse because the strap on mine broke, and a t-shirt because it was cute and on sale. So maybe I didn't need that, and toilet paper. 6 items. 6 items, and I spent over $100.
It actually costs you more to be single than it does in a relationship, and let me tell you why. Also, yes, I'm in the bathtub. Shut up. When I was living with my roommate in a very nice area, it was a 2-bed, 2-bath, beautiful balcony in a very safe area. All utilities were included, but Wi-Fi. We had a parking stall included as well. The only extra was like a pet fee, which I paid. I now live in a basement, 1 bed, 1 bath, again, in a nice area, just a different nice area. Street parking, no balcony. All utilities are on me. And I pay, depending, on the utilities, because that does vary, but I would say close to $1,600 a month. So yes, it is cheaper to live with your partner or roommate than it is to live by yourself. So for people who think, oh, well, like, you're single, you don't have to, like, spend money on, like, going out with your partner, buying them gifts, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but I'm paying, like, $500 extra just to live in a place by myself.
The bigger question isn't who has it easier. It's how changing economic realities are influencing the choices people make about dating, marriage, and the future.
In these hard economic times, in these hard political times, in these hard, difficult, challenging spiritual times, you think that it's a good idea for a man to take on a woman? These same women who are getting online expressing how ungrateful they are, taking men's children away, putting men on child support, taking half of their stuff when they get divorced, just causing chaos in their life, causing drama. You act like, oh, because I have my genitalia, since I have this private part, I'm the prize. No, the prize is who's ever in demand, and women are not in demand anymore. There's way too many of us. We've gotten online and made it clear that we're way too easy, we're way too promiscuous, we do anything strange for a little bit of change. There's literally no incentive anymore. What is the point? It's all risk and little to no reward, and we get on the internet and we display it every single day. When you're taking on a woman, all you're doing is taking on challenges. And the main reason to still want a woman, which is to have children, half of y'all have gotten online and made it clear that y'all don't even want to be mothers anymore. Y'all don't want to have children. So what is the point? What is the point? What is the incentive? Why are we acting like we don't understand? Why are we walking around still thinking that we're the prize, thinking that someone should want us when we're not giving anything worth wanting? What are you worth that's worth wanting? What about you is worth the risk that you come with? When you're letting all these women online represent womanhood in such a nasty way every single day, and you're in the comments condoning it, instigating it, egging it on, yes girl, yes queen, waving your fingers, praising this behavior, and you're surprised when these men don't want you besides to sleep with you. And the funny thing is, a lot of them don't even care about that anymore. Before you go to yourself and have a pity party, I need a man, where's the men, men aren't the same anymore, ask yourself, are you worth it? I strongly doubt it. We as a whole are diminishing our value every single day, and it's over. It's a wrap. There's no undoing it. This is what you all have decided. This is what we have decided as a whole. Live with it. Deal with the consequences. Evolve. You've made it this way, so it's time to evolve.
Now it's your turn. Do you think staying single offers financial advantages in today's economy, or is having the right partner still the smarter path? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay with us for more videos like this.
Men stopped playing by the rules, and now everyone's freaking out. Let's break down why silence has become the loudest